Controversy brewing at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. And this is coming in from the hockey turf, where controversy broke out during the Indian women's team heartbreaking defeat to Australia in the hockey quarterfinals at the ongoing CWG. Now, the match ended 1-1. The Aussies won in the penalty shootout 3-0. But it was the sequence of events that has now shocked fans. Australia's Ambrosia Malone missed in her first attempt. She was allowed to complete the whole attempt, and she had missed and she was walking back. But when Lalremsiami stepped up to take her shot, the umpire stopped her, saying that the first Australian penalty shootout had to be retaken because the shot clock did not start during her initial attempt. Many are turning around and asking this, that if the shot clock was not working, why was the entire penalty allowed to play out? Because it should have been stopped immediately and said, oh, shot clock is not working, hang on. Why was the entire penalty allowed to be taken? The penalty was missed. Malone missed the penalty. She was actually walking back. You have the Indian player Lalremsiami going up to take her attempt, and they disrupt the whole thing. This is exactly what Virender Sehwag has now turned out and tweeted. Virender Sehwag has turned around and said that such was the bias. Such was the bias that we have seen on the hockey turf, and it is unfortunate. He's actually tweeted the whole video, and he's saying penalty miss hua Australia se, and umpire says sorry, clock start nahi hua. Such biasness used to happen in cricket as well earlier, till we became a superpower. Hockey mein bhi hum jald banenge, and all clocks will start on time. And he said, proud of our girls. This is what he had said. He has tweeted. There are other reactions also that have come in. Rishi now joining us. Rishi, Viren Raskina has also responded, and he's saying the world is watching. It puts the sport in bad light if you're making such elementary errors. It was a very close match. Sometimes some decisions are very close. Though it was bad for us, we will have to move on. That's what Viren Raskina has said. So clearly people are not happy, because if the shot clock is not working, you will stop immediately. Why will you wait for the entire penalty to play out?
Absolutely, Anand. You know, there's no doubt about this. The way the organizers, the umpires have actually, this whole controversy has happened, this whole thing has happened. It is unfortunate, you know, in an event of a magnitude of a CWG, you say your clock is not working, shot clock is not working, and even if it is not working, why would you let the penalty go ahead? Like, it's beyond explanation. And, you know, not just Viren Raskina, even, you know, when the match ended, I remember Savita Punia in an interview, she said, it is tough to take what has happened exactly. The Australian team is among the top teams, but it's absolutely not done. Even the coach also said that, you know, he went to the extent of saying, I don't think even the officials understood what happened. It's not an excuse, but the whole thing didn't help the team. So you have to understand what kind of a match it was. It was a gold medal at stake at the end of the day. Had India had that penalty, would have Savita actually stopped that penalty. What happens is once you miss that thing, you know, suddenly the whole pressure starts building onto the team. For all you know, India would have taken all the three penalties. We might all the three shootouts. We might have actually moved to the finals.
Yes, it was a semi-final playoff. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, absolutely incompetent, absolutely unfortunate. And I think CWG officials, India needs to, like, if not anything else, at least lodge a complaint.
See, the FIH has issued a statement. The FIH has come out and said, FIH is coming out and saying the process in place for such situations is that the penalty shootout has to be retaken, which was done. The incident will be thoroughly reviewed by the FIH in order to avoid similar issues in the future. But does that mean that you are not going to take a review? You have potentially denied India a place in the final. Because if the shot clock was not working, and if you'd seen the visuals, ladies and gentlemen, the controversy is that today the penalty shootout is not one straight shot into the goal. You can make an attempt. You are given a time around to make sure that you complete that attempt, and the clock ticks down, and before which you got to make the attempt into the goal. That clock, if it is not ticking, the referee should have noted immediately that this clock is not, because Malone was allowed to complete the entire attempt. Samita Rani actually dissuaded her. She saved the goal. And the Indian player Lalremsiami is actually going in to take India's attempt. That's when they say, sorry, ye wapas lenge. Imagine how much it disrupts momentum, especially when India was trailing from Australia, came back to square it 1-1, and then this entire disruption happens.
Absolutely. There's nothing that can explain it, nothing that can justify it. And I think if not anything else, at least the referees and the umpires who were involved in this incident, they should be actually taken to task, because it happens today. What if it happens tomorrow? Today it was a CWG medal at stake, CWG gold medal at stake. Tomorrow an Olympic medal is at stake. Eventually,
And we can see Yannick Schoppmann very, very upset. The India coach very, very upset, trying to speak with the referees, and then Australia was allowed to take the shot again. Now that's Savita Rani saving the attempt. There is no shot clock. Right through the attempt, there is no shot clock. Savita Rani pumped up. Indian camp pumped up because of that first attempt being saved, and then they are told, no, you'll have to take it out all over again. Clearly, this did not go well with everybody, and this has raked up a huge amount of controversy with Virendra Sehwag saying, ये पहले क्रिकेट में होता था, अभी हॉकी में हो रहा है, जल्द अब हॉकी में भी होना बंद हो जाएगा. Clock will start working on time going forward. It's a matter of time. But well played to the girls, well played. The semi-final, losing semi-final is there. We do have a shot there at the podium with bronze, but then we could have had we would have been going for gold had things turned the other way, and had that not played out the way it did. We're going to take a very short break. Rishi, thanks for your inputs.